Today we're going to look at the Bitcoin CME futures chart, EOS, some fib circles, the drop we did have in Bitcoin, but we're still bullish on crypto. Okay, on the EOS daily, we can see that price action today did bring us down to my target of 3557. The buyer stepped in, took price action back towards the upside, and I know I did say I was going to possibly take a position here, but because of the impulsive nature that took us down, I'd like to see some more developments. We had something similar over here. Quite a big impulsive move down, and then we had some more price action take us to the downside, but the buyers did eventually step in, took price action upwards, and we developed a nice pattern that tightened up and that broke out and had some nice had a nice run after that. So I'd like to see something else like that develop here before I make another move. We do have some low market acceptance here, so we could easily drop if this decides to fail, although it is a nice reversal candle. But we have to just keep everything in mind. If we do get to that level, 29175, I'll think about another position at that point. Okay, now on the hourly, EOS zoomed in to get a little more perspective. We had our drop, buyers stepped in, took price end back to the upside, and now what I'm waiting for is to see if maybe we have that pattern developed to get a better idea of making the next trade. Now also I want to take a look at the fib circles. I know they're getting popular. I like them myself, but of course they have to be used in conjunction with other indicators, other tools, market sentiment, to be able to understand which way they're going to go. But I myself like them as a guide. So we had this channel that was significant. We'll go to the high of that, to the low. We'll check for some confluence. We could see it followed it very well. The 618, 786 popped to the 618. Consolidation for a while, and we had that 618 here, 1.618 coming up, so you can anticipate a possible move and capitalize on that. We had a price that brought us down dramatically, took us down to this ring, then again took us down, tested, dropped, retest, and now we're just having price action along this ring. Okay, so now that we did have that move, we could actually move it just to get a little more info. We have the low here. We have the high of the next move around there. And again, you can see that price was following it. We had a breakdown. Price came back right into it. Another rejection. And we have price action traveling along the sea to try to get a footing, see if a pattern develops. So again, these are very powerful. I like using them with some other indicators, other tools as well. Okay, now we're on the CME daily chart. Just to look at a few things. We did have a gap here, as you can see in this area. Price action jumped upward, came down filled. Nice run after that. So nice, we had two gaps after. That took us up to that $14,000. Then we had our drop, and as you can see, we had that gap filled. Worked perfectly. We had another move to the upside, and now we have this other gap here not too far away. Okay, we also have our 20 MA and our 50 MA looking for a possible cross. So if that does happen, that could bring price action right down into this gap and fill this gap. And one last thing I'd like to take a look at is our regular fib retracement. Look for confluence. As I said, the 0.5 isn't that significant, but it is in line with that CME gap to get filled. So if we do have that bearish cross, it could come right down into it, as well as to the 0.5. We have the 618 not too far down below, with not too much market acceptance until about the 66 area. We could wick and beyond from there, or just fill this gap and take off from there as well. Okay, and just one last look as far as something on this chart. So you could have something like this, 2, 3, wave 4, wave 5, right? A, B, C. Okay, and then you have something like that. And just lastly, on the macro, we could have our 1, 2, 2 somewhere here, and then again, off to the races. So just something to share on that end. Okay, now just back to this Bitcoin daily chart with our modified shift pitchfork as well as the channel we were looking at. I believe we were right here testing the top of this channel when we were looking at it. Okay, we had our rejection off the moving average and then failure to the 0.75 here. Then we had some more rejection and we had our bounce off the 100 simple moving average as we always do, and now we have a battle going on. So I know I said again I'd think about a position here, but although I'd like to see some more data, I said we had a couple moves up from that point. I'm not sure if the market will give us another one. I want to get a little more information before I make a move one way or another. Okay, but I think that'll be it for today. I think there was some decent information in there. I'd like to wish you all well, and thanks for tuning in.